There have been so many TikTok influencers that passed away. I just had to go ahead and talk about this, but the unseen labor and the broken system is failing us. Let me tell you what I learned. If you have ever felt like you're running on fumes, but you're also having to run on a treadmill that somebody else turned on, but you don't know how to get off of it, this is usually our day to day, and we have to do this every day. So, this message is for you. As women, we are the keepers of the invisible list. Those lists include many things: the mental load of what the kids need, their appointments, what the teachers need to be done, their diet, their sensitivities, what they're eating, our partners, our family, our parents, our jobs, the demand. It's just the weight that we carry it silently. And this isn't just being busy, this is unpaid, invisible emotional labor. This is managing everybody else, trying to be everything to everybody. And as you're managing all of these things, it's costing us our own well being. You see, the system that is called the patriarchy, it conditioned us to believe that our value lies in what we can do for other people. To be human means to always be doing something rather than being able to focus on your well being. And for Black women, aka indigenous women, this load is compounded by a healthcare system that oftentimes fails to see or hear us. I complained about the sensation of choking and not being able to breathe in my throat for 6 years before I got the thyroid cancer diagnosis. Jessica Petaway, who was a TikToker, she was misdiagnosed with fibroids. And she ended up finding out that she had stage 3 cervical cancer. And she was going back and forth to the doctors, back and forth to the emergency room. This story is not an anomaly. Studies even confirm that women, women of color, are 20 to 30% more likely to be misdiagnosed. And a lot of us are having symptoms that are not being diagnosed at all. Experts call this a form of betrayal trauma, when the very system that's meant to heal us and help us become the sources of our harm. There was a Miss Johnson who passed away shortly after being in labor with her baby. You know, this is not uncommon. And because of us being more aware of this is a constant state of stress that we feel, and it drains our life force. A lot of us know this stuff is happening in our body, but can't get validation. And so, some things that you can do is take notes, keep symptoms, and look for doctors who will listen to you. And it's kind of like a you have to keep trying thing. Dr. Gabor Mate talked about trauma and the story of what happened and how we got here. And he highlighted the lingering impact of what happened on an epigenetic level, because we're living on top of the trauma of our mothers and our grandmothers and our great grandmothers. And that creates immune system dysfunction. Now, this impact, not just that, but many other things, but it's passed down through generation. Epigenetics basically means that the experiences of the women that came before you also are living within your cellular DNA. And the epidemic of chronic fatigue and chronic illness, burnout, stress, autoimmune diseases in our community is not random. This is the body's final desperate memo. When our silent screams have gone unheard, when our symptoms have been minimized and we've been gaslit, our bodies are not machines to be pushed until they break. But a lot of us, that's how we've been living. Our bodies are living altars. They are sacred vessels that have been carrying histories of pain, all type of racial disparities, strife, struggle, all while trying to manage and absorb the pain of others. See, the villages that were meant to hold us have been fractured, and we are now trying to do it all, oftentimes alone, in a system that values our productivity far more than our actual well being. This has trained us to operate as men. It's no wonder that so many of us, even those of us that may be making good money, but they're burnt out, they're exhausted. And when you're burnt out and exhausted, you feel spiritually disconnected. You feel spiritually depleted. And to be able to connect with spirituality, that's the very essence of what will nourish you. This system disconnects us from spirit. And what feeds the very system that's draining us is the constant push to be more productive. It's something that I feel, and I haven't worked for someone else since 2006, and I still feel it. There's this invisible boss always on me about what needs to be done. And at night, you're thinking about all the things that you got to do. So I just want to give you permission to put on your own oxygen mask first. I know you want to take care of everybody else, but if you're watching me and this is resonating, it's time for you to rejuvenate yourself without feeling guilty or selfish, because the exhaustion is a spiritual alert letting you know that danger is ahead and you must alter your course. Now, I know that a lot of us have so much on our plate to where we don't see a way out, and we might feel stuck in the current rhythm that is draining for us. And so just by making one small change, like I'm going to make sure that I get into bed tonight to get enough rest and not feeling guilty about that. See, that's not selfishness. You need that to survive and thrive. And this is how we begin to break cycles. Just choose one thing to commit to. The most fulfilled women are not those who have escaped their lives, but those who have given themselves permission to redesign their life how they want it to be able to step into the future version of yourself one day at a time. This is how we reclaim our bodies as living altars. Recently, Living with Lilac was another TikToker that I followed that passed away. And it's heartbreaking because if you are the whole village, who's going to catch you when you fall? And a lot of times we don't get support until we're no longer here. And that's when the support pours in. We got to change that. Now, I have a Sacred Sister Coven. This is my new Sacred Sister Coven. And it's a bit different from the previous ones that I've done. But this is a free community. And I have a 21-day somatic exorcism. This is a journey inside of your body to purge out what has been stored in your cellular DNA, in your fascia, in your muscles, in your connective tissue, all of this energy and pain and suffering that you inherited, but that you also absorb. And this somatic practice can be done in the bed. It's very gentle but powerful, and is designed to begin by purging that stored stress and the tension from your nervous system, because spiritual communication doesn't just happen through the third eye, it happens through the nervous system. It took me 21 days to rewire my mind using this routine every night. And together, as a village, with each of us doing this, you're not just doing this for you, but you're breaking cycles. With each and every time you devote yourself to something, you're breaking cycles. This is not a journey that's meant to be walked alone, but being able to decode the messages that your body are giving you, even if they're brief, even if they're not severe, even if it's just a low back pain here and there or headache here and there, don't ignore it. And this is not a replacement for healthcare practitioners. And I'm not giving medical advice, but I am letting you know that I've been very transparent about my own chronic illness and chronic fatigue challenges. And you all see most of my life. I share so much of it here. But if you know that you are worth living for, you will know that you are worth fighting for. And it is my mission to continue to be my sister's keeper, where we feel seen, heard, and finally feel more liberated and untamed from the system that has basically treated us like birds in a cage and batteries for everybody else. So this community is not something that's overwhelming. It is done very softly, and there are only two things in there for you to do at this time. So Friday, I am going to announce a winner. I'm going to do a giveaway for anybody who actually does the routine and engages and let me know what they feel, how did they help them, and take the quiz. It takes 5 minutes where you can see which goddess is speaking to me through the messages in my body. And so approaching this from a spiritual perspective, but actually getting that energy up out of you. Sage and Palo Santo and Florida water is great, but you need to be able to purge what's stored inside of your womb space, in your nervous system, and all throughout your body. And I'm going to also be sharing some of the really simple, affordable things that I've been doing every day that are helping my gut health, which is so important because a lot of us that have mental health issues, it's because the root cause is a gut imbalance. And that is something that I will also be sharing. And I have tried many things, but I've finally found foods that are supportive for me. And it's really simple, it's easy. And because I have fatigue, I ain't got time and energy to be in the kitchen for 3-4 hours juicing. I didn't already did that. By the time I was finished, I was tired. I was damn near too tired to drink juice. So if, like me, you are resonating more with low effort things, but still get a great impact, this might just be your people. So that link is going to be in the bio. Hopefully, I will see you on Friday, and I'm going to announce the winner. So the winner will be announced soon, but every engagement in the community is going to move you up to higher levels and give you points. And we will be doing a free one-on-one with whoever wins this 21-day somatic exorcism challenge. I really think this is going to be just as beneficial for you as it has been for me.